All right, welcome back to the channel. I haven't made a fashion video in a very long time. Last time I made a fashion video, I was covering PZ, the rapper slash model, and a lot of people were asking for more fashion videos in general. So I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna start a series of sorts, and I want to do these fashion videos where we are learning simultaneous. I am very much a noob when it comes to fashion. I know very, very little, and I want to learn more. And so I thought it would be a cool way to look at some very pivotal, important runway shows and kind of give you guys a little bit. I'll do some research beforehand, give you guys a little bit of brief information, but I am reacting to the shows for the first time with you guys. Kind of how people react to music. You see a lot of music reaction channels. Kind of want to do that with fashion. So we're going to be reacting to some of these classic shows, talking about them. I'm going to tell you what I like, what I dislike, what I notice in the styling. And yeah, hopefully it's interesting for you guys. If you like this and you watch this and you're like, this is awesome, I want to see more of it, please let me know what show you'd like me to react to. And as long as I can get a hold of the images, I'll be happy to do it. So today I have my notes here with me. Today we're talking about 2003 Fall Winter Dior Homme by Hedi Slimane. So this is apparently one of Hedi's like magnum opus shows. Yeah, it's nicknamed Luster. Interesting. It's an acclaimed Hedi Slimane collection. And Hedi Slimane today is very popular. He has been for the last few years. Some people say slim and skinny's coming back, and it'd be funny if he's once again responsible for that. But yeah, this is an acclaimed Hedi Slimane collection from his time at Dior. After this released, the New York Times called it dramatic and sexually predatory in terms of the atmosphere. Now, that's certainly language that we wouldn't use today because of the current climate. But I think I know what they mean. I'm afraid this is like gonna be along the likes of. Hopefully, that doesn't mean something along the lines of like Ludovic Saint Sernin. Sernin. I don't know how you say his last name. Ludovic Saint Sernin. Hopefully, it's not along those lines. I don't think that's what they mean. I've seen a couple of Hedi shows, so I'm expecting slim things like always. And yeah, just wanted to get straight into it. So, okay, first look. I'll say what one thing that immediately pops out to me is the different shades of black. These leather pants, man. I think this look looks really cool. I think that it would have looked better if the fabric you saw on the inside. I don't know if this is part of this jacket. It looks like it is. Like this drapes down, and it's all part of the same jacket. If that's the case, then it's cool. I would have liked if you could have seen more of this leather finish on the inside. But overall, I think this is pretty cool. I know that a lot of the pieces are going to be waxed so they're reflective, and I think that's what we're seeing here. So a lot of waxed leather. This must have been super expensive, man. I think the gloves is a really nice touch, as well as this like bunching up that we see over here. This looks pretty cool. It adds a lot of texture. This looks like a costume for like an anime villain almost. This is sick. I like this a lot. So next photo. Okay, so this is a closer up. Oh wow, this jacket is all leather. Dang. Okay. Or at least it looks like all leather. Like a suede almost. Not sure. Maybe it's wool. I know that the merino wool used for this collection was extremely heavy, and that some of the coats were of substantial weight. So this might have been one of them. Pretty cool. I like the look. Whoa. This is like it looks like a chain mail armor. Okay, I don't think these Chelsea looking boots match at all. I think if this was a YSL Hedi Slimane sort of Wyatt boot, it would have looked better. Anything similar to that design, I don't really think this looks that good. It's an interesting color on this jacket too. It does look like armor, like chainmail armor. Interesting. It said that this show was inspired by his time in Berlin and the nightclub culture of Berlin. And I know I've been to Berlin. Berlin is actually, in fact, nuts, but I ain't seen nothing like this. Maybe in the 2000s they were wilding. Yeah, but I don't think these pants work with these shoes, man. I think the top is interesting cohesively. I think the styling here, not the best. The haircut fits, though. The haircut is appropriate. And whatever's got going on his hands, this is crazy. Dude, is this wool or leather, dude? What? So we got a knit underneath with leather on top. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. It's split. Dang. That must have taken forever to make. That's sick. All right, next thing. Again, mix of this merino wool jacket, probably extremely heavy, with this leather humongous scarf. This looks fire, but not very wearable, which is not a problem. It's a runway show. Interesting, man. I don't want to take forever on every look because otherwise this video will be 2 hours long. There's 150 photos, so some of these will move quick. This is sick, though. This looks like a katakuri from One Piece kind of thing, kind of scarf. Fire. Dude, look at that. Dude, you could survive a knifing attack in the UK, bro. These clothes are so thick. Okay, this is much more Berlin going out. Again, I don't like these shoes, not one bit. Interesting silhouette in the pants. I wonder how this felt to wear, bro. This must have been so heavy. Glitter on the coat. I was told to expect this. Interesting. Interesting. Again, the same gloves. This is nuts. Same. I think this is the same coat as the first one we saw. The first look. In white now. You can see a lot more of the details. So yeah, this middle part was a part of the coat. Interesting. The wax finish within the coat versus the outside makes a much bigger of a difference in the original color. All right, let's get to moving. Again, like I said before the first time, this detail here on the sleeve, I think, is what really makes this like stand out. I also love the collar, the shoulder pad area as well. Interesting. Very wearable look out of nowhere. Like if you remove the gloves here, this is, you could almost wear this to work. Pretty cool. Same look again. It's a nice coat. I hate huge pockets like this though. I have to admit, I do hate it. That's tough. Okay. Very different. Again, this is like similar to what we had in the larger coats in the first look, as well as the look in white, where you have this like draped material almost acting as like a scarf from within, but this time it's on the outside of the shirt. These before were attached to the jacket on that other look. I'm gonna quickly go back. Sorry for going back. In this look, you see these are attached to this chainmail linked to the glove. Here it's almost like it's separate. It's just a part of the belt. I don't know. I feel like it's like the same material kind of mixed. And you do have the knitwear underneath. Interesting look for sure. Now this is slim. And again, not a big fan of the boots. I think it works better here. I think it's because they're black and they're not that rouge, but very slim. This is kind of what I was expecting. Interesting belt choice. See, this to me is tacky. Like all of this so far, very little of it I would ever wear. But I see the vision. I might have to put some techno music behind this. So I wrote down here that for the jackets, there was a lot of, this is very cool, by the way. Again, that scarf thing in the middle attached to the jacket. This coat is way cooler than the other ones, though. I think this is denim. The denim, I have it written down that they used Japanese dark gray denim. So that's probably what this is if it's not leather. These super heavy coats that were mentioned. Sick look. Yeah, look at that. Tucking this material into the belt. Interesting. Look at that. The crazy hardware and those nuts gloves. So yeah, for the jackets, there was lurex body used for the glittering effect, PVC tape piping, and horsehair cuffs. So yeah, interesting. It says here, I wrote down that for the knits, there's an iconic biker cardigan. I don't know if we've already seen that. And that the braiding for the knits were hand knit. Really cool. This is a look I feel like you see done a lot of times, a turtleneck and a blazer. Sticking again with the slim. Really interesting detail on this turtleneck. I don't know if that's the lurex body for the glittering or just the waxing. Using some of the different pieces we've seen in styling. Okay, this is cool. Oh, we don't get to see that look twice. I think this is cool. This seems like a staple of this collection. This draping inside collar thing that just really adds to layering with the gloves. These nuts gloves. It says that this show is very commercially successful. I find that kind of hard to believe. Maybe it's just because it was so iconic, but I know I wasn't outside in 2003. I was born in 2003, so. But, dang. Like, this really only looks wearable if you're going night clubbing in Berlin or in another, more progressive city. Now, this is cool. This open leather shirt with another thingy underneath it, red coat to kind of throw it off. I think where these pants end and with the scrunched up shirt also does a really good job of just making this look really, really interesting in the midsection. The midsection of this look there's so much happening, but it still looks cohesive, and I think that's fire. Yeah, like this right here. Yeah, this is crazy. Look at the way that bends, man. The folds. So sick. Next, with the sleeve too, like scrunched up, and then the belt situation. The styling for this was fantastic. This is like Star Wars meets medieval meets Berlin club. Medieval night in Star Wars goes to a club in Berlin and listens to techno music. These coats must have been so heavy. I wonder how much they cost. Wait, no way we're about to see a suit. And a nice one too. What? Dude, this guy literally looks like he's a techno Jedi, bro. Look at this. No, we're not gonna see that suit, bro. Bring that back. This is horrible, in my opinion. But to each their own. I'm not a fan of this sleeveless vest or of this t-shirt over a sweater that seems way too heavy, and then this is just draping in front for no reason. It's just the wrong pieces together, in my opinion, for this look. Bizarre, very bizarre. Interesting cut. This is very punk though, and I know Hedi was going for that, so this is very, very punk. I get it. Interesting jacket. I almost would have liked if these stripes from these pockets that continued to go down and just made like a striping pattern going down starting from the pockets, but like the pocket ended here but the stripes continued and there wasn't this second group of pockets, because this to me just looks like tacky. Four big pockets to me, it doesn't look good. I think it, but the stripes would have been cool. So remove the pocket here, but have the stripes keep going. That would have been sick. I'm not a fan of these belts either, but they work. For this look specifically, it works. But like if you bought this belt and just try to wear it with something else, I don't think it would look good. This jacket had so much potential, man. It's very much like a biker jacket. I don't know about these. I don't know what that is, man. Jacket is sick. Some of these I don't have anything to say. I'm just gonna be honest. It's kind of interesting. I don't like stuff on my hands. This is crazy. Well, I'm also not into punk. I'm not a punk, so. Wait, why is that an insult? I just said I'm not a punk, and this jacket is cool again. The belt thing, I think the belt thing is sick. This belt thing situation that they've got going on with like 5 belts in leather and the skinny leather looking pants, fire. Yeah. Yo, this is definitely, these are medieval knights going to the club in 2003, bro. It's great. Blazer thing that we saw. Okay, this is a cooler use of this with this like long sleeve shirt with the shoulder pads. I think this is a better use than the one I said. It just looks like all the pieces are on the wrong thing. This looks better. Much, much better. Again, similar here. Looks like there's a vest. A lot of the same pants though. They probably sold like crazy, so. But he's not wearing this right. It's not even the piece. He's not wearing this right. Like, bro, bring your shoulders back. Get your chest out. I'll go with a little bit more swag, my boy. Yeah, we need a little bit more swag. Again, I feel like this is on the wrong person. But the shape here of using the lapels with the V-neck, that was cool. They made an interesting shape out of nothing. Again, different. One is a waxed end to the pants so it shines. It's cool. Still don't like these shoes. Don't like these shoes, man. Weird glasses. No, this is drip. Nah, yeah, this is drip. Love the color contrast between these two things. This is sick. I don't got much to say. Then this is amazing. Probably my favorite look so far. I don't know what look this is, but probably my favorite look so far. This is cool. I think I would have liked to see this one without the blazer. Maybe this would have been a good time for the vest. This is cool. This is cool. I still don't like these shoes. Nah, bro. Because if I saw somebody wearing this and I didn't know it was Hedi, I wouldn't think it was fly. Hate gold and stuff like this. Not for me. Now, see, this jacket to me is like my favorite thing. This is probably up there. Top 3 looks. Top 3 looks for me. This is cool. Now, this is sick. This is so sick. I love this. This right here is fire. With this and these two colors work. This is Slimane, you did your thing, bruv. Cool jacket, once again, but simple look. Is it? I wonder if this is also horsehair, like the cuffs. Cool. Could ask these models to shave, by the way. Like, what the hell? Wrong dude wearing it, bro. Once again, like, dudes do not look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't look like he would unbutton his shirt and walk with his chest out to a club. He don't look like he would. This dude looks like he would. There you go. Hate the look, but you might catch him outside like this on a Tuesday. Nuts. This guy looks like he'd do it too. Cool shirt for this collection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now it's the lining and the cuts here. This is that overcoat now with this on top. This is fire. Dude, I wish the pants were a little bit different and the shoes were different, but this is a fire look. I feel like if this was a jacket and it wasn't a trench coat, it'd be even better. I don't like it going all the way to the bottom. I think if it ended here, like if this section of it that comes together, came together here, and then the draping, like this part, came to this, it'd be cool. Too long. Like I see the details, this is crazy, but the styling for some of these later looks and some of the, we saw this already. Some of the pieces, this shirt's crazy. And the pants, I almost zoomed in on his crotch. But yeah, I think this could have done with a lot less looks. It gets saturated, you know, like I'm already paying less attention to each individual thing. It's just a lot of different things happening. I think designers, especially today, like so many looks, they're trying to appease and please so many different types of customers and just give everyone exactly what they want. Like if this was, 25 looks, I think it would have been perfect. You could have done a lot, especially with all the layering he was doing at the beginning. Now this is sick. I love this jacket. The cut on this jacket, it like bending like this, and then you have the pointy shoulders. Now this is sick. This is a fire. This is top 3 also. So the 3 I've mentioned are the top 3 so far. Those are all fire. Sick. So sick. Love the cut on this jacket. Oh, are we leaving? These are some fire photos, by the way. Yo, somebody needs a PFP. Somebody needs a PFP. I think we found it. Tough. Listen, Hedi, those 3 looks and some of those jackets overall, loved it. I meant those looks in particular. The ones I liked, wow, what a statement. But the ones I didn't like, I did not like. A lot of the gold, the silver wasn't for me. I think some of the styling was not good. It just looked, first of all, I think a lot of the models were wearing the wrong things. Like I pointed it out when I said it. Was not a fan of the shoes that were consistent throughout. Huge fan of the Wyatts that he did at at Saint Laurent. But yeah, you can see a lot of the codes, right? The slim is there. I did actually like the thing that draped in front and it kind of added that texture. I wish it was a little bit smaller, or at least he played it with different sizes. It reminds me, and this is, this might be fashion blasphemy, but it reminds me of what Jonathan Anderson is trying to do at Dior with the bows, or what he's done with the bows. But he's doing the bows in different sizes, which I appreciate because I don't like them huge. Personally, I think the bow thing is kind of bad. It's like ugly in my opinion, silly. But I like that it's unique and that he's doing it, or maybe it's not unique, it's been done before. But this version of like having this accessorized part of an outfit that's now been enlarged and it serves a different purpose than it normally would, and it being a part of the jacket and it provides that layering, I thought that was cool. But I would have liked to see it come in different sizes, especially with so many looks. He could have easily done that, but it was cool. Listen, not out of this world. Those 3 looks that I enjoyed, I think were sick. I don't know what the iconic biker cardigan ended up being, but yeah, that was cool. So let me know if you want me to do a specific fashion show, if you have any recommendations, or if you have any information about the show and you just want to school me, please do so. I'd love to read your comment. The information I have is what I was able to find. I found a story that it said that Karl Lagerfeld lost like 40 pounds to be able to start wearing Hedi Slimane. That's hilarious. But this kind of became the show that, according to what I found on the internet, that this was a show that cemented menswear in the direction of boy wear, where it was slim and androgynous, as you saw the model section. Yeah, I thought it was cool. Yeah, catch you guys for the next one.